Welcome to Ironbeard Yoga. I am your host, Robert Ironbeard. Today, I'll be your yoga instructor. Today's practice is going to be focused around opening and strengthening those shoulders. We can start by taking to our mat. Here I'm starting in seated, easy pose. Long in that spine, crown nice and tall. Let's just take a couple rinsing breaths. Activating our body. Activating our fire. And just take a couple big inhales and a couple big exhales. Focusing, trying to fill all the way up. And big exhales, releasing any tension in our body. Taking those hands up overhead on an inhale, finding reach and length, grow long. And a big sigh out, hands to heart center. Pushing those thumbs into our heart chakra, set our intention for class if you have a mantra or prayer. On the next inhale, take those arms back up overhead, reaching as high as we can. Settle in. We're staying here for a few breaths, finding length in that spine and those shoulders. One more big inhale, filling up. And then on the exhale, hands to heart center. Left hand's going to come down to the earth, right arm by the ear, and we're going to open up that right side body by stretching over to the left side. Staying rooted on our seat points. We don't want to leave the mat, just finding length. Maybe begin to gently deepen on those exhales. At all times, listen to our body. Inhale, coming back up, right hand down, left arm by the ear, and then opening up the left side body. We're taking that left arm to the right side. Finding length on the inhale, deepening on the exhale. Couple breaths. We're going to make our way back up to neutral on that inhale, reaching and rising, both arms up, fill up, and then on the exhale, taking the twist over to the left side. Right hand binds that left knee. The left arm acts as the kickstand. Keeping that spine nice and long, crown nice and tall, gently gazing over the left shoulder to deepen. Filling up, creating space in our bodies. And on the exhales, gently sinking into the space we created. Inhale, arms back up overhead, coming back to neutral, and then on the exhale, we're twisting over to the right side. Left hand binds that right knee. Right arm is our kickstand. We settle in, gently gazing over that right shoulder, long in that spine. We're continuing to tap into those rinsing breaths, filling the belly all the way up as much as we can, and releasing out, dumping all the air on those exhales. Inhale, releasing bind, coming back to neutral. Exhale, hands to heart center. Make our way to table. Knees are stacked under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Settling in here, you can point the toes or tuck them, whichever you like. Round the spine, we're going into cat pose. Fill all the way up, taking the big inhale, pulling that navel in towards the spine. Exhale, belly drops, our seat and gaze high for cow pose. Inhale, we're coming back into cat. Round the spine, gaze through the legs, fill all the way up. Belly drops, gaze high, big sigh out, back into cow pose. Inhale, spread those scapulars, we're back in cat. Round the spine. Exhale, cow pose. Belly drops, seat and gaze to the high. Final one, final cat, round the spine, fill all the way up. Big sigh out, final cow, belly drops, gaze high. Coming back into our neutral spine on the inhale. Maybe you wag the tail a couple times if you like, finding motion if you want. Next inhale, we're going to take that right arm high. Twisting table. You can gaze to the side wall or high to the hand to deepen. Syncing up to our breath, we're going to take a big inhale, finding reach, opening up. Exhale, thread the needle. We're not settling in. Right arm underneath the left. Inhale, right arm high, twisting back open, filling up, and on the exhale, thread the needle right under left. This time we're settling in, coming down on that right shoulder, coming down on the side of the head. You can stay right here if you like. Otherwise, if you like to deepen, you can take that left hand out in front, keeping it rooted to the earth, and then taking the left leg high. Finding balance. Strengthening the hip flexor, the glute. One more inhale. And on the exhale, left leg comes down, hand returns to our face. Inhale, right arm high, filling up. And then on the exhale, hand's going to come down, coming back into our neutral table. Inhale, left arm high. Neutral gaze to the side wall or high to the hand to deepen. Feel free to warm up the joint whenever you like, taking wrist circles. Syncing up to the breath, take a big inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. We're not settling. Take it as far over to the right side as you can. And on the inhale, left arm high, peeling back open, taking another twist. Exhale, this time we're going to thread the needle and settle into that left shoulder, coming down on the left side of the head. Staying right here, or setting up for the balance, taking that right arm out, keeping it rooted and grounded, and taking the right leg high. Have fun. Finding length on that last inhale. Exhale. Right leg down. Taking that right hand back towards our face. We're going to neutralize, taking the left arm high on the inhale, reaching, peeling back open. And on the exhale, hand will come down to the mat. Take a big inhale. Setting ourselves up for our down dog. Tuck the toes, seat to the high. Exhale. Push those palms away from that center line. Draw those hearts towards our thighs. We're settling in here. We're going to take a few calf stretches if you like, or whatever it is that you like to do. Warming up into our first down dog. No tension in that neck. Head surrenders. Hands are active, pushing those palms away from that center line. Staying for a few breaths. From here, let's walk those hands slowly towards our feet. Halfway lift when you get there. Hands below the knees, scapula draw in and down the back. We're creating a flat back here. Standing. Long in that spine. Activating that posterior chain. Let's take the arms by the ears, reach towards the front wall. If this is too much, you can always take the hands to heart center or to the hips. Trying to strengthen those shoulders. Finding reaching as far as we can. We're rolling those pinkies under, thumbs out. We're holding our beach ball. Take a big inhale. And on the exhale, hands back down to the mat. Walk right back into your down dog. Settling back in here. Take a couple rounds of breath. Open those shoulders back up. When we're ready, we're going to gaze forward, flex those knees, walk, step, jump towards those hands, halfway lift, taking a big inhale. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, grab the ankles, no tension in the neck. Letting the head surrender here. Opening up every vertebrae, bend those knees, get those bellies on the thighs. Surrender. Tap back into the breath. Rinsing breaths. Taking a couple rounds here. You can grab those ankles if you like to pull yourself down further. Elbows into our hand, taking ragdoll, and if you like, you can get a couple sways from side to side if you like, or continue to find some stillness. We're going to release our bind. Inhale, one vertebrae at a time, up nice and slow. Head is last to come up, coming into our standing mountain pose, Tadasana. Palms face the front of the room. We're stacking our joints here. Our best posture. Take those arms up overhead on a big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to swan dive down. Forward fold, bend the knees, grab the ankles, no tension in the neck. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands down, jump back high plank. Exhale. Staying solid in our plank. Hands are stacked right underneath the shoulders. We're settling in. Take a couple breaths here. Just about every muscle in our anterior body is firing. Let's take a big inhale, rock forward, lower down on the exhale. Inhale right into our up dog or cobra. Point those toes, stack the hands right underneath our shoulders, long in the spine here, hearts shining forward, settling in just for a couple breaths. We don't have to pull that crown back. Draw those hearts back though. As always, listening to our bodies. Take a big inhale. And on the exhale, seat to the high, down dog. Palms away from those center lines. Settle back in if you like, pedaling out the feet. Take an inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Taking a couple breaths here. Finding length, growing long. Feel free to take our ankle circle if you like. One more big inhale. And on the exhale, sweep it between our hands. Use the hand to help it get there. Nice and slow, we're going to lower down on that back knee. Taking warrior on the knee. Keep that front knee stacked. Taking that right arm out in front of us. Left arm draws underneath the right. Flex those elbows. Taking backs of hands together, palms together. Or wrap those arms for eagle. Taking those elbows nice and high. Gently settling in. Taking a couple breaths. Coming back to neutral. When we're ready, we're going to release our bind. Take our hands to heart center, taking an inhale. And then on the exhale, twisting over to the right side, hooking that left elbow over the right knee. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Exhale, hands come down, frame that foot. Right leg back. Heels drop to the right, taking that left arm high for side plank. If this is too much, come down on that right knee, stacking the knee right under the hip. It's important to stack those joints. One more big inhale, and on the exhale, hands gonna come down to the earth, settling back into our high plank. Take a big inhale, rock forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, seat to the high, down dog. No tension in the neck, head surrenders, palms away from that center line, draw those hearts towards the thighs. We can settle back in here. Center up that right foot. We're going to take the left leg high. Finding length, growing long, hang out in stillness, or if you want to take the ankle circle or knee circle, whatever is in your practice. One more big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to sweep it between our hands. Nice and slow, lowering down on the back knee. We're taking warrior on the knee. Arms up by the ears. From here, extending that left arm. Right arm wraps underneath. Flex those elbows, bringing hands, backs of hands together, palms together. We'll just wrap those arms around us, hugging ourselves, and then take those elbows up and high for eagle. Gently surrendering those hips to deepen. Settle in for just a couple breaths. Take one more big inhale. And on the exhale, coming back to neutral, we'll release our bind. We'll take those hands to heart center on an inhale. And on the exhale, twisting over to the left side, hooking the right elbow over left knee. I tried my best in this practice to aim for 3 breaths in each pose. Some are shorter and longer than others, but this is what I try to do on most occasions. Inhale, coming back to neutral. And then on the exhale, hands come down, frame the foot, taking that left leg back. We're coming back into our high plank. Heels drop over to the left side. We're taking the right arm high. Stack those joints. If this is too much, take that left knee down, stack it right underneath the hip. Side plank. Not an easy pose. Invoking power. Take one more big inhale, finding reach. And on the exhale, nice and slow, right hand comes down. Slowly making our way down onto our knees. And then nice and slow, let those seats draw towards our feet. We're going to sit right down onto our feet if this is possible, or you can use a block. Taking those arms behind our backs, palms together, interlace those fingers and draw the scapula together. You can gently surrender the crown back if you like. Extending those elbows. Great restorative pose. As always, we're going to listen to our body. Just staying for a couple breaths. We'll inhale, coming back to neutral, release all the bind. Settle in on the exhale. Taking those hands back down. We're coming all the way down to prone. From here, let's tee out those arms, making a nice 90-degree angle between the torso and the arms. Flex that left knee. Roll that left hip over right until that left foot comes to the earth. We're going to take the left arm high. If this is too much, you can keep that high hand to the earth. Another great shoulder opener here. One more big inhale. And on the exhale, hand's going to come down. We're going to recenter ourselves. Flex that right knee. We're going to take the right hip over left, rolling open to the left until that right foot comes down. Take the right arm high. If you've been enjoying this flow, please feel free to like and subscribe. Take one more big inhale. And on the exhale, hands going to come back to the earth, back to neutral. Flex those knees. Take a couple windshield wipers. Stack those hands back underneath our shoulders. We're going to come back up for cobra. Taking the big inhale, point those toes. Baby cobra up on the inhale, and on the exhale, slowly coming down. Inhale, a little bit higher on this next one. Belly can come up, long in that spine. Crown nice and tall. Exhale, down. Final one, full up dog, full cobra. Come all the way up, big inhale. Nice and slow, tuck those toes, seat to the high on the exhale, down dog. Hanging out for a couple breaths, surrendering that crown. When we're ready, we're going to gaze forward, walk, step, jump towards those hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Grab those ankles, no tension in the neck. Let it go. Inhale, slow swan dive up, reaching as high as we can. Fill all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms back up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Swan dive down. Grab those ankles, no tension in the neck. Inhale into our halfway lift. Hands down, walk, step, jump back high, plank high, push up. Exhale. Nice and slow, let's come down onto those knees. Knees flay out to the sides of the mat, feet together, seat back, child's pose, extending those arms all the way out, surrendering those hearts to the earth, finding full extension in those arms. Child's pose. Stay right here if you like. Or we can take the bind behind the back, palms together, interlace those fingers, and just stay drawing the palms together. If you want to deepen, extend those elbows, drawing the scapula together, bringing those hands above our backs. As always, listen to the body. It's a deep stretch. When we're ready, the hands will return to the lower back. We'll release bind, hands to the earth. We're back in child's pose. Hands to the earth, extend them all the way back out. Let's walk those hands off the right side of the mat on an inhale. Settle in on the exhale, opening up our left side body. Take one more inhale. Walk them back to center. And right off to that left side, opening up our right side body. Taking one more inhale. And then on the exhale, walk them back to our center. Coming back to neutral. Staying here as long as you like, as long as you need. Continuing to open up those shoulders. Nice and slow, let's work those hands back towards us. We're going to peel ourselves up to our neutral table. And then nice and slow, let's work ourselves to our seat. And then right down into Navasana, our final resting pose. Settling, returning back to our breath, our hearts, our earth. Staying as long as you like, as long as you need. If our content resonates with you and you'd like to help support our channel, please extend that right phalange on an inhale, and on that exhale, smash that subscribe button. A special shout out to our friends, our family, yogis, customers, viewers, everyone whom practices with us in and out of our studio. Thank you all so very much. Until next episode, have a glorious day. Namaste. Take care.